This is Bloomberg Markets. I'm Matt Miller. BitGo has received conditional approval from the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency to convert its South Dakota trust company into a federally chartered national trust bank. Joining us now is Mike Belshe. He's the CEO and co-founder of BitGo. And Mike, I guess congratulations, first of all. And what does this mean in real terms? What can you now do if you get full approval?
Thanks, Matt. Thanks for having me. Actually, some slightly breaking news. It's no longer conditional. It's actually fully approved as of now. We met the conditions just about an hour ago. But what this means, look, BitGo's been operating as a digital asset infrastructure custodian provider for the last decade. We've been doing it through a number of regulatory licenses, previously state chartered, both in South Dakota and New York. Now we're upgrading that to an OCC nationally chartered bank. So it's a big upgrade. It means that everybody in the industry knows that you can count on the BitGo regulatory stance to service pretty much any need.
Yeah, like what? I mean, what are you going to be able to do, and how does this cross through crypto to fiat?
Sure. Well, look, as a national bank, we now preempt the state's licensing. So instead of having to have these multiple licenses across multiple states, we have it at the federal level. Additionally, for the last couple of decades, people have wondered when it came to federally chartered things like, FINRA registrations, SEC, et cetera, do you need to use a nationally chartered bank, or is a state chartered bank sufficient? This takes that away. This is the highest level regulatory oversight you can have. So it's really positive for us. But maybe more importantly, what is this for the industry? For the last 4 years at least, we've been facing kind of a regulatory uncertainty. This marks the end of that regulatory uncertainty. You might have seen, in addition to BitGo, several other companies are also converting into OCC chartered banks. So now we can enter into the innovation phase and really take digital assets as a first-class asset into the financial system. You've
already seen pretty incredible growth, Mike. I mean, I read that you had $4.2 billion in revenue during the first 6 months of 2025, which is almost quadruple what you had in the year before. So what kind of growth do you see ahead with this?
I'm not supposed to talk about financial numbers because we've got public company plans, so you can read our S1 statements and you can see that kind of thing. But look, overall, the climate for digital assets is very strong. In 2025, we really saw a turnaround as all of a sudden everybody can participate in this asset class. So we expect continued growth. Obviously, there's growth on money coming in, so you've got custody and kind of the basic wallet services, but on top of that, trading volumes are growing. And the plumbing is being built to connect these markets, not just inside of the crypto native components, but also over to traditional finance. So the ETFs had a big boom last year, January 2024, finally approved after so many failed ETF attempts for Bitcoin. This year, of course, we've had BlackRock's ETF be the fastest growing and now the largest digital ETF that they've had. So anyway, we've seen tremendous growth. We expect that to continue well into 2026.
In terms of your IPO plans, I was thinking that you would go public this year. It looks like we're running out of time. Have you had to move your schedule a little bit?
Well, as you know, the government was shut down for a little while, so obviously that impacted everybody that was in that process. Can't quite comment on it, but it's still underway.
Do we know ballpark? Like, are you going to go public in Q1?
I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say that or not. Look, we're working on it. We want to get out there as a public company. The reason for doing that is because, look, we've always been about transparency and trust. And, in the early days, it was like, what's this technology that BitGo's developed and pioneered? And then later it was like, who is the company run by? What's the balance sheet look like? What are the SOC audits? What's the insurance look like? All of these are ways to prove to folks that we are worthy of servicing their financial assets. So look, being a public company gives us another level of transparency, allows people to scrutinize our business. We want that. We welcome that. It's really just part of making sure that we're doing everything we can to be the most transparent provider we can.
Got it. Mike, thanks so much for joining us today. Mike Belshe there, the CEO of BitGo. Now, this is Bloomberg Markets, and I am actually